Hi everyone, I'm Summer Inanen.
Hey, I'm Sarah Ramsden, and we are nutritionists answering your questions. And today, Summer, I have a question from Susan right here in Toronto, and she asks, I get leg cramps every night. What can I do about it?
Okay, so leg cramps. For those of you that have never experienced them, or maybe you have and you don't realize that's what's happening, you get that seizing pain in your legs, and it's usually in your calf area. And it happens at night, often when you're sleeping, and it can actually disrupt your sleep. Like, it can be so painful that it wakes you up. And some people get it so bad that even like putting covers over top of their legs is painful for them. Mm-hmm. So you definitely want to, address the issue. And some of the most common imbalances that we see contributing to leg cramps, number one is magnesium deficiency. So magnesium is responsible for over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, and it's found in our bones and our muscles and our tissues. And one of the things that it does is it helps our muscles to relax. And so if you're deficient in magnesium, that's why you can get that kind of contraction happening at night. And so you can be deficient in it because maybe you're not getting enough from food, but even if you are getting some from food, you might not be absorbing it. And that could be because perhaps you have poor digestive function, so you're not absorbing all the nutrients. You could be really stressed, and if your adrenals are working on overdrive, they're going to require more magnesium. And in addition to that, if you sweat a lot, so if you're an athlete or you do CrossFit or you're outside in the hot weather, then you're going to be more depleted in magnesium as well. We can find magnesium in food, in particular kelp, almonds, cashews, other nuts and seeds, as well as leafy greens, but sometimes that's not enough because often the soils where those foods come from have been depleted in magnesium. So our food supply is kind of low in that nutrient. So you might need to supplement.
Yeah, and there are different kinds of magnesium supplements that you need to look out for. The first one is the cheapest one and the one that we don't recommend, which is magnesium oxide. And literally this is the one that grannies use to get their bowels moving. Because it doesn't absorb very well and it just, gives you the runs.
Goes right through you.
Goes right through you. The next one up in line would be magnesium citrate. This is kind of the middle kind of price point one, the middle one for absorption as well. So you can give this one a try. Not everyone tolerates it well. It does affect some people's digestion in the same way as those grannies. So give it a try. You may not be able to get to as high a dose as you can with the top one, which is magnesium glycinate, bisglycinate, or magnesium malate. And these are the amino acid chelates that are very well absorbed across the intestinal membrane and get to your muscles and your brain and everywhere that you need them very, very quickly. So that's kind of our go-to one if possible.
And you want to take about 400 to 600 milligrams, generally about 60 to 30 minutes before you go to bed. Always consult, your naturopath or your nutritionist or your healthcare practitioner before you start taking any supplements. And we generally recommend that you start off small, so just take one capsule just to see how it reacts in you, and then slowly start to build it up and adjust the amount that you need to sort of relieve that cramping that you're experiencing.
Yeah, see what you notice night by night, then you can stop at the dosage that's going to work for you.
Yeah. The other imbalance that we commonly see is a lack of sodium and potassium. And so sodium we actually need to get, and especially if you're eating, a whole foods diet without any packaged foods, then odds are good that you're probably not taking in a lot of salt. And you lose a lot of sodium when you're an athlete, or if you're sweating a lot, or just working out really hard in general. And so you need to replenish that. And you can do that just by incorporating a good quality sea salt into your cooking. So just adding about 1 to 2 teaspoons every day. You want to buy a good quality, one that's like gray or pink. You don't want to buy one that's like a white, like a bleached white color, because that generally means that it has been processed and or bleached, which we want to avoid. So you want to get the one in its most natural form that you can find even at most grocery stores nowadays.
Yeah. And we should say this 1 to 2 teaspoons per person. So that's something to bear in mind as well.
Yeah, if you're cooking for multiple people. And the last imbalance that we see is potassium.
Yeah, and potassium can be found in your veggies like Swiss chard and spinach and mushrooms, even papaya, beets, cantaloupe, tomatoes. These are all rich in potassium. Now, if you're an athlete, you might want to try drinking coconut water after a workout and adding that pinch of salt to it, which will help make it into a complete electrolyte drink, help with your recovery and with your muscles in that respect. And then another approach that you can take is just the juice of a lemon in some water. Anything else you want to add there? Some salt.
Yeah,
yeah.
Just sea salt.
And that'll like complete it nicely as well.
Yeah. The last thing that you can try doing is a little bit of massage. So you can use a lacrosse ball like this one here. If you don't have a lacrosse ball, even like a dog toy that looks like this, or you know, any sort of ball that looks like this.
But just don't let a dog near your lacrosse ball because it will get destroyed.
Yeah, and you just want to massage your calf on it, just applying pressure. When you find an area that kind of, you know, feels a little bit pinchy or sore, you know, you can lightly massage in that area. You can also do a gentle calf stretch up against a wall. And you can also use...
Don't hit me.
Your rolling pin that maybe you don't use anymore. It comes in handy, so you can actually just roll this underneath your calf to try and stretch out the muscles and relax them before you go to bed.
I'm confiscating this now.
So thanks for your question, Susan. And if you guys have questions for us, send them to asksummerandsarah@gmail.com and we'll feature you in an upcoming episode. And tell us in the comments if you get leg cramps. Tell us if you do and what you've done to kind of resolve that issue. And
we want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, bye.